If you are an anxious person like me, you'll definitely appreciate this video. Hi, my name is Susan. I was born clairvoyant. I had a really crazy time growing up because of it. And in 2017, I had a near-death experience that clarified my journey, and now I help women like me through their spiritual awakenings. So welcome if you've never been here before. If you're a spiritual seeker or a fellow near-death experiencer, I hope you hit subscribe and you come and visit again. But this video is actually about one of the Postit notes that I have stuck to the middle of the mirror that I meditate to. Because I'm clairvoyant, I have a copper pyramid that I meditate in. And this was such an important message I received from my guides that they literally had me write it on a Sharpie and post it in the middle of the mirror that I clairvoyantly gaze into when I meditate. And the point of it, hopefully, is to help you release your habits and tendencies to overthink, overanalyze, and worry. That's what it's done for me, and I hope it has the same effect for you too. And it's super simple, not necessarily easy, but it is super simple. So what do I have on my Post-it note? It's just those three letters, FFO. And that stands for forget figuring it out. I just recently learned that the origin of the word worry actually means to strangle. And when I heard that, it resonated so deeply with me because I am a very anxious person by nature and by habit. And that's very much what it feels like. I actually have asthma too, so there's like a secondary layer of tightening that happens in my chest. But forget figuring it out is a really simple, easy way to remind yourself that your higher self and source energy has got your back. You are being carried and cared for at all times, always. We've talked about this on this channel before, but it is impossible to be disconnected from your higher self, from your eternal essence. And that part of you, that eternal part of you, is part and parcel of source energy. So there's not a single moment of your life when you are not being proactively and unconditionally, lovingly cared for. But while we're role-playing down here as these individuated people, our vantage point is so small. It's very similar to standing on top of an anthill and thinking, oh, I can see about 5 inches around me. When our essence, when our higher self and our spiritual team and source itself can see the entire landscape, we might not see how the pieces fit together in this moment, but that's because we're standing on a very small anthill that is in large part dictated by and organized by linear time. So it really makes sense why our point of view, it will always be lacking. It will never be as robust as the viewpoint of our higher selves, our spiritual guides, and source energy itself. So if something is troubling you, or you're like me, and you're incessantly wanting to know why, I invite you to give FFO a test drive. You're not going to know everything. You're not meant to know everything. There are parts and experiences that you're meant to have in your life where you are meant to live with uncertainty. But this I can assure you from personal experience, when you pass on, your perception immediately expands and you're no longer standing on that anthill. When you pass on, you can see crystal clearly how divinely orchestrated your life always has been. The hardest part for us humans, as we are role-playing separate, is what to do with the question marks. And what to do when we don't agree with the timeline. But it's all right. Even if something's moving too fast or too slow, or even if we don't know why, you can be assured that your higher self absolutely is on board with the timeline and knows every in and out of why. So FFO, forget figuring it out, is really like a trust fall. It's an exercise in trust. And that's very hard to do for people like us. If I don't take care of me, then who will? I'll become the hole in the donut. But FFO is here to remind us, we may not understand, we may not see it all come together, we might be frustrated with this or that, but our eternal essence, our guides and source energy itself, knows exactly what they're doing, even and especially when we personally don't. So give this a try. I hope it brings you some measure of peace, as it has done for me. And please let me know how it works out for you if you do give it a try in the comments. Please hit subscribe and definitely share this with anyone you think may be interested and may benefit from it. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.